So we pull up in the black Suburban. Shout out to Mel, who took care of me. He was my driver for the whole weekend. You know, the people at Battery, they come out to greet us. Just top-notch hospitality, man. They come get us, make sure that everybody that's in the crew gets their gear in, and you know, we load the merch up. We enter into this very quiet but busy environment of people. You know, a lot of working parts, people moving around, getting things set up. We start to prepare for what is going to be our tech run because we hadn't officially ran the show. We had part video and part music performance, so we hadn't ran the two yet, so we got a chance to, you know, get that done. So we give an abbreviated presentation of the film. We had to figure out how we could get the gist of the movie to them, and then we do the accompanying piece live with a live band. Very dynamic, switching from dialogue to a live performance right there that you can interact with and feel. It brings you into what we set out to do, which was inspire people, kind of initiate healing. So now, you know, the table is set. Kev Choice was the first artist other than myself to perform.
Who is Kev Choice?
He's a classically trained pianist, he's a producer, he's an MC, he's a writer. Seeing him unload those bars on the people, I mean, he goes for 32 bars straight, no breath. I mean, I'm talking about the cadence is just.
Setbacks, heartbreaks, let down, cold game, who's to blame? None of that really matter now. First offer, 60 pounds on my pumping rounds in the town. So down every weekend.
Man, he's just spraying. His performance was amazing. We had Ryan Nicole come up. Now, what was special about Ryan's performance was that at the last minute, right before she took the stage, her son had to use the restroom. Her husband takes the son to the restroom and passes her the baby. And so she comes up on stage with this 6-month-old baby in her hand and delivers her song, I See You. And I'm just like, wow. And that was like the first time I had met her daughter. So like, what a wonderful introduction to her daughter, you know, pulling up on stage and performing with her mom without moving, without flinching, without a peep out of this baby. And I mean, it was just beautiful just seeing this mother in action as she serenades her husband, the father of her children, you know, with the song, I See You.
Carica Bailey is an angel father, a servant, a creator.
What we didn't know was the spiritual element that would take place at the Battery. My brother, my spiritual brother, Carica Bailey, steps to the plate, and we then go into a song called Faith.
That journey to the mountain top ain't always pretty. Word is born and nearly cost me everything that I had in me.
And Faith is this sort of heavy song on how black men who are spiritual kind of like deal with things behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying? When we take it, you know, into the spirit realm.
Love is the greatest currency we can offer one another. And I stand here as a witness extending that to you. Massive love.
That was the start of ushering how the night ended with Faith. You know, Carica gave an awesome performance, and also he gave his spirit at the end of that song. And then I get into my bag, so I do the last song, Little Boy. And then I do a song that's not featured in the movie, but featured on the soundtrack, Queen of My World, which is about my daughter.
I wanna spoil you rockin'. You make it really easy for me, baby, to give you everything that you need.
And after that, we just get into some songs, you know, some songs off of previous albums and, you know, current stuff that I'm working on, man. And man, the night just was so, it was just so sweet. One thing I'll never forget about that night was when I said my last thank you, instead of an applause, the people were like dead silent for a good 10, 15 seconds. And then they applauded. I was like, yo, that was just, it was wild, because in that 10 seconds, I was like, oh shoot, I was like, what just happened? I mean, I was still up, so I was good with the performance. I knew that it went well, but I also knew that the people had to let that soak in what they just experienced. After that, man, it was just all love. It was a lot of love, people coming up, wanting to talk to me, wanting to connect with me, wanting to help me further. I'm ready to do it over and over and over again, from city to city, man, and from state to state, country to country. Man, last night was a divine night, man. I mean, I couldn't explain it. We couldn't have written it to go like that. We had a skeleton, and God did the rest. You just had to be there to understand. We got more fathers pulling up, man. I just love it. It's beautiful. I really feel good, and I really felt like I got a chance to display. I got a chance to show people where I'm going. You know, how y'all feeling? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, sir. I'm Dang. I kind of built the film on the need for men to get away, you know, to get away from the noise, to get away from, you know, their families, to get away from their spouses, and just recharge for a second. And what better way for men to do that over a meal, you know, a hot meal. You know, we breaking bread, that always sets the tone, man. We had some good music playing, so we did that in the film. And then we got to talk about some real life. What follows is just amazing, man. You see these great minds, you know, and these great hearts, and, you know, you see them, you know, open up, man, and coaching and encouraging. And so I wanted to create that for the people who were not involved with the film, you know. So Black Daddy the Brunch was born. And so that's going to be something that I build upon. I think I'm going to do it yearly or semi-annually, you know, and just have men come together and just really get it in, the fellowship, man, you know, in the name of being a good man and being a better man and being a good father and being a dad, you know. Thankful for this project being in my hands, man, and I'm gonna be responsible with it. Continue to just walk in the purpose that it is. I'm not expecting anything. I'm just doing my job. That's it. How you doing? I'm an award-winning filmmaker, Dame Drummer, and here my friends. All my friends and family are here to come see Black Daddy the movie. Just don't know how it's going to turn out. I remember just being in the car with you, man, and just be like, yo, all them people here for us, bro. I was like, yo, this is crazy. The line was outside, man. People were beautiful. They were looking good. They were dressed fly, man, just like how I envisioned. You know, the purple carpet was live and in action, man. And the step and repeat, people were taking photos, just celebrating. And I mean, it was wild. And then Council Member Lauren Taylor walks in, man, with this huge resolution from the city of Oakland, man, just, you know, giving us our flowers, man, and commemorating Black Daddy the weekend and officially calling it Black Daddy Day, man. That was just like, wow. And this is all before the film even starts. The people are excited, man. We applaud and we celebrating. And then those lights go down, man. And you know, when my logo comes on the screen with the wink, man, people just started clapping. I'm just like, yo, this is crazy, man. So I actually walked out, man, because I was just like super nervous. I had butterflies, you know, being an artist, man, you know, you watching people watch your stuff. I don't know, some people get off on that, but I'm just a little bit nervous. So I go out in the lobby and I see some people there who are there to see my film, and they're standing in the concession line. So I'm like, nah, man, give me y'all money. I'll get y'all stuff, go in there and watch the film. So I'm out there, man, ordering popcorn, M&Ms, water, slushies. When I finally go back in, man, people are like dialed in. And you know, when the theater gets bright, you know, on the lighter scenes, you can just see people's faces, man, and they're just like dialed in, zeroed in on the film, and they're just taking it in, man, and it's just beautiful. And so I sat way in the front just so the people would be behind me, man. I couldn't see, and I just enjoyed the film, man. I was like on the third row because that was all that was like available, man. You know, the very first few rows where nobody sits because you just like staring up at the screen. But I sat down there and just watched the film, man, and I could hear the people laughing. I could hear the people sniffling. I could hear the people like murmuring, like, oh my God, you know, this, that. So it was just beautiful, man. I just like, wow. I was just in awe, bro. I was totally humbled, man, by that experience. As far as the cast goes, all the cast that pulled up, you know, Kevin Allen, Kariga Bailey, Adam Bourne, Mike Blankenship, who had left on tour the night before, Tommy Shepard, who's out on tour with Alphabet Rockers, Lanny Kelly, Devontae, you know, Ray, who came in from Texas with his mom. Shout out to Kim Caldwell. She's a journalist and reporter. She curated the panel discussion. So just wanted to shout out everybody, man, who had something to do with it. Love y'all. You know, it was definitely my vision and my concept and my dream, but I couldn't do it by myself, man. I had to assemble some highly competent people to get behind me on this, and it was really four of us. Myself, Salvatore Fulmore, AKA Salvatore Films, and Darius Riley, AKA Our Voices, Leilani Amalo. That was the core. Everything started with a meeting at Sal's house. I showed up and I just had my heart, and I said, hey y'all, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to need. This is where I want to go. This is who I want to interview. They was like, we on, let's do it. They were the ones who were up with me at night. They were the ones traveling across the country with me. Definitely got to celebrate your peoples, man, you know, and I'm gonna do that all the time, man. Charlize Banks with the Town Experience, man, really, she was my event coordinator, man. You know, we worked side by side to bring all of those events to fruition. Pamela Burdak, she was the one responsible for the Battery event. My merchandise manager, Desiree Allen, who just, you know, showed up on every spot, making sure that merch was in place. You know, I had my photographers, Jael, Labrie, and, you know, Leilani did some shooting as well. My man Aaron Miller was my right-hand man and documenting all of the experiences. So shout out to AM1. My crew, my brothers, Grand National, man, they came up and showed out at the after party. They was the ones that made it go to, you know, almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So shout out to Monty Draper and Kevin Allen. Andrea, AKA Mama San, she was the one who hosted the after party, you know. Shout out to the security, you know, Tim. All of these people, man, are in the town, man, and it felt really good to be able to, you know, stimulate our ecosystem of artists and curators, and, you know, it really felt good to be able to do that, especially if we're producing our narrative the right way. All of these people are superstars. So I just wanted to shout them out. Just the amount of love that I got shown, just beautiful, man. Oakland showed up tonight. They did some doing tonight, and we're gonna take this around the world, you know what I mean? The after party was so lit. I mean, man, it was just like, yo, y'all really feel like this. You know, it wasn't like anything had to be prompted. Hey guys, let's hit the dance floor. It was like, no, as soon as the music was on, people was on it. You feel what I'm saying, man? When I walked in there, I was like, yo, I don't even have to be here. It was like, it was autonomous. They just got up in there and they were feeling so good from the film. They just got up in there and they knew what to do. lot of love was in the room, you know, and just we took a lot of pictures, man. Andre put a bottle of champagne in my hand, and you know, I just had to just turn up, man. I hadn't had a drink the whole weekend. And so I finally, man, decided, I think in that moment that, yo, it's time to be happy, man. It's time to like really celebrate, because I was just kind of like absorbing the whole night, you know what I'm saying, the whole weekend up until that point, man. When we got there and just saw how much joy and how happy people were, man, and I was like, yo, it's time to be happy, man. So I sprayed champagne all over, man, and then we went for like another hour and a half after that, bro. It was beautiful. It was a movie within a movie. Just the amount of love that I got shown, just beautiful, man. The film is definitely gonna ask you some questions, gonna touch on some points that's gonna, you know, affect you, and that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to spark the healing. Oakland showed up tonight, they did some doing tonight, and we're gonna take this around the world, you know what I mean? I can't stop now, not even if I wanted to, because the people have said this is what they want. I gotta figure it out, man. You know, that I want to take this, you know, to the colleges. You know, my big word for the last year has been what? Alignment. So this is where it's going. You know what I'm saying? I've been assigned to do this and to help our people change the narrative and be proud of who we are.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a dad. I'm going to tell the story from the father's point of view because it is often overlooked, and the assumption is that black fathers are not involved in their children's lives. Over the years, I've approached music and videos with tremendous intent on sharing a positive light on the black community who could stand to see better days.